Alrighty, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Dirigo207 here with you guys. Happy October 10th. Can't believe it's already October 10th. Hope you all are doing well today. What's today? Was it Indigenous People Day, Columbus Day, whatever you celebrate. Sure. Uh, Happy Monday. Um, Figured while I had nothing going on today, I'm not due to go up to see any friends or hang out with anyone today, so I figured, well, maybe I'll hop on and do a 32.1 live stream of Kaldvann, um, since I really didn't get too terribly far with much of any progress the other day. I just figured this would kind of make up for it. I was trying to push a stream out and very unmotivated, so didn't really go well. Um, but we're here back in beautiful Trondheim, as I'm slowly trying to figure out what in the hell do I need to do to finish this area. And as I always say, it's roads, 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 and more roads. Trying to get the road network that I already have laid down at least finished, detailed, and plop down side scenery like signs, fire hydrants, garbage cans, whatever. That kind of stuff. I always start with that, and I get so sidetracked because there's about 1,000 things I have to do here. Um, yeah, it's just a mess. Um, of course, you sit down at the hold on, you sit down at this view right here. It's like, oh wow, this city's pretty well put together. And then you come up and it's like, yeah, there's a lot of gaps. There's a lot of fucking gaps. Um, Particularly something I do want to maybe tackle today is getting this large area here by the runway, or the approach for the runway, start to maybe fill it in some, maybe with just basic road layouts. And I'm not sure if I'm sticking with these New York style buildings. I was trying something, maybe going, well, maybe there was some modern, they were building this area up. There was some modern inspiration from Western culture in the 40s and 50s after World War II. Um, and maybe they built this area up to be kind of more, let's just say, Manhattan or Brooklyn style. I might abandon it and keep going with the European theme. I would like to use these buildings somewhere. They're from Approach Medium. I don't know if that'll happen, just because I don't really think you'd see a lot of buildings like these in Europe or places that were built by Europeans. Um, Anyhow, but that's something I'd like to do, and maybe I'd like to think about this area over here because we don't have any plan or idea of what's going on over here. Um, and that's something that I've really sat on ever since I started the city back in summer of 2020. I have no idea what I'm doing with this area. Um, I always thought, oh, this would be a port, or maybe this would be like a large residential area, or maybe it would be a commercial area. Because I think at one point I had an IKEA down over here. I've now determined like this will be like a small industrial area coming off the hill. There'll be some like warehouses and maybe a couple fish processing plants. There'll be some smaller docks down here, which probably means I should put in another seawall somewhere over here to keep the boats from getting ravaged by the Labrador Sea, which I'll have to expand those baseboards off into the great unknown. Um, but yeah, so I don't know what I'm doing with this area. It's hey Thomas, how are we doing today? I have no idea what I'm doing over here. So yeah, I know in the last stream we deleted the rail line that went under the highway, which this would probably be a good time to lower this highway and bring it down off its elevated section. Um, really kind of figure out where we're going with that. Because it's always been weird. This has been like a weird stretch of road that stretches from the hill in Rosenborg, and it just runs off and starts heading that way. It's kind of an expressway to get people out of the city and moving towards elsewhere. But it kind of dumps a lot of traffic into this residential neighborhood. Um, cars that want to go into Rosenborg or toward the airport would go this way, and cars going even toward Trondheim or the other way would probably go straight right and down the hill and off over and around. So I feel like there needs to be an exit somewhere back here. That can, the exit would probably maybe even be wise to keep it elevated. I'm not sure. A lot of thoughts, a lot of ideas, a lot of what ifs and things we could possibly do. Um, I need to delete this section of track right here. Um, there's a lot of possibilities, but the other thing is I also need to figure out how we're linking up the freight line and the passenger line together. Um, but that's a lot of things we need to start tackling. Let me kind of move into what I have been working on. I don't think I touched over here a whole hell of a lot since we last streamed. I don't think I did. Um, but in case maybe I did or didn't, I kind of forget. Um, Laid down a bunch of roads here, started to kind of get the basis for hammering, and started to think about what are we going to do over here. And the thing I would like to do is I'd like to put an industrial spur off of the Y, or maybe just off of here. I'd like to put some sort of spur that comes off and heads into Hamron, or heads around and services like a smaller collection of industrial buildings. It maybe be wise to maybe put those off over towards here, which would kind of surround the power plant over there, and leave a town center of some kind over here and away from the industry. That's something I brainstormed and schemed up. But we do have the basic road layout. If I could still continue to speak English, across the track and such. Nice little bridge. Got to get the river up through here, and start heading that towards the mountain, um, which is unnamed. A lot of these mountains are unnamed, oddly enough. Aside from that, not a whole lot else. Not a whole lot of other work that was completed. Mostly just kind of looking at roads and starting to lay down some basic markings and traffic lights. And I kind of figured out this big intersection here because it had a lot of pavement and a lot of area, and I knew, okay, well, not everyone's going to be using all of this pavement. I'm like, well, maybe I could put a roundabout. I'm like, it's such an odd shape for that. It really wouldn't work. Um, I'm starting to figure that this is a school right here next to the mill. It's probably one of the bigger schools in the area. It's probably like a high school of some kind, or I guess what they call a secondary school. I'm doing pretty good, Thomas. Been really good, actually. Best I've been in a long time. Today's kind of an day, but, is what it is. How are you doing, Zach? I think it's been a long time. I haven't really popped into the Dash Airline server in a while. Actually, I haven't really flown on X-Plane in a while. Anyways, so I just figured, it's probably a secondary school. So we'll get the some cobblestone over here. There'll be some additional parking for maybe staff and teachers over here. Maybe like a side entrance drop off. This is like the main loop for buses and stuff. And then we'll just kind of get the intersection here, so it's a little more manageable. It's a little smaller and such, and you kind of get the idea of where cars would go. There will be some. I can't speak English today. There'll be some additional texture placement through here, and so on and so forth. But I've been downloading a metric ton of buildings that will really fit the theme of what we're doing here. And so we're going to go through them and see what fits the best, because I'd like to work on here. I'd like to start over there. If we get bored, I might head over to Singsacker over there and maybe place some more buildings in that section right back there. I'd like to start thinking about the hill up here around the Royals Palace and other facilities. I'm thinking another fence on top of the hill to kind of keep people out, and so on and so forth. I'm thinking that's what's in order, but we will wait and see. So let's get started. So we're going to pop down here into Rosenborg, and we're going to go ahead and open this back up. Yep, I'm still on the selected with that, and we're going to just start going through buildings. It's going to be a little boring for the most part, but it's necessary. Um, but while I do that, as always, talk about what's going on in my world, and a lot has been happening. A lot. Oh, speaking of. Um, I was actually just getting ready to talk about her, and she just texted me. So my friend, lady friend, female acquaintance, Emily, I've spoken about her a bit on this channel. Um, Things are continuing to go well, and I was actually talking to my dad about her last night because I went on um, a haunted manor walk. Hold on, let me see if Thomas. Glad to hear. We need some feet. Yeah, we need to get in there in Liverpool now. What are you doing in Liverpool? What's in Liverpool? Hopefully boats that don't sink. Or is that too soon? Is that too soon? Are you guys still not over the Titanic yet? I'm very unsure. Um, but while I wait for Mr. Holmes to reply, um, oh, and just keep in mind, like I'm staring at the game I'm on right now, so the VC chat is, or not the VC chat, the live chat is on a separate window, so I have to pan between the two when I remember, oh shit, that's right, there's someone actually watching me. So, pardon me if I don't reply right away, Thomas, or anyone else who happens to watch this, for a matter of fact. That billing's not going to work. Check. Um, but yeah, so we went on a haunted walk last night, and it was fucking good. I got it was they were struggling to find people to volunteer to be there, but they did good with the people they had. It was kind of like there wasn't much at first. It was just kind of a lot of props that they did really well with dressing up to make it look like, is it someone who's in there who's just sitting really still, or is that just a prop? And they had some animatronics and stuff, and that would get you. But once you got into like the actual like haunted house, they did a fucking good job. Like they did a damn good job. Like there's one room that they walk in, they have like a bunch of like dead bodies everywhere, and like they got it to smell like there were bodies decaying. Like they got it to smell bad. Like I was gagging. I'm like, oh god. Like it actually made me wonder. I'm like, is there actually dead bodies? And like it was just bad. And like you walk in another room where there's like bodies that have been dead for a long time in caskets. Like they're just you know skeletons and corpses and stuff. Um, and like you could smell it. I don't know, like that that fact was I don't know, like having things actually smell. I don't know, it triggered something in my head. I'm like, whoa, I don't need to be here. Um, and then towards the end, like there were more people to actually like jump out and scare you. So it was like you're already like terrified going through this, and flashing strobe light was crazy. It was crazy, but it was good. It was damn good. You go to these things to have fun, also get a little scared and stuff. Um, but they did a good job. But on the way back, my dad and my stepmother um, were asking about Emily because you know I've told you guys I used to be friends with her a few years back. We stopped talking. Da 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 da. Um, so my parent, my dad and my stepmom they are curious as to how things are going, and I told him like, hey, I feel comfortable. I feel things are better than they were 2 years ago. Um, I feel very confident. I feel at this point the communication is great. The communication is perfect. I think that we both have grown up a lot in these 2 years. So if there are problems, we can communicate our way through them. And I'm very confident that things will continue to get better and improve and just be awesome as time goes on. Now, rewind a couple evenings ago. Um, Things have been getting a little intimate in some ways. I'm not going to disclose all details, but that's all I need to say. Um, and with that being said, it's been nice because this isn't stuff that happens to me all the time. But it did hit something the other night because of things that happened out in Illinois and so on and so forth. I worry that, you know, maybe I won't be able to satisfy someone in a lot of ways. And if I can't satisfy someone intimately, are they going to run away? Are they going to leave me? And that does relate back to borderline and being fearful of abandonment. Um, so, with that being said, I'm very nervous about that kind of stuff, especially as we move into new territory, stuff that I haven't done with Emily, because, well, we haven't been this way. But it was nice because I got visibly upset. We sat down together, we talked about it, and then, like, I was fine. I just had to talk about it, and it was perfect. Hey, that's great. Well, apparently, she started to. Oop, my ear is a ringing. Wow. Yeah, my ear is just ringing. That is incredible. Ow. That actually hurt. I think I have tinnitus. I'm not really sure. Um, Actually, I kind of want this building here on the corner. That's a little shop of some kind, so I'd kind of like that here. Of course, that's such an odd angle. Um, her anxieties can be a little much for her, which is fine. Hey, we all have things for us. At least she's trying to work on them and acknowledge them and get them out and get rid of them. I think I'm going to get rid of this building as well. Um, a little bit of relationship anxiety started to pop up, and usually when that happens, she starts to push away. But she recognized that and came to me last night and said, "Hey, I think what we were doing the other night was a little too fast for me, and a little too much right now. So I just don't want to push away. I'm starting to feel that way. So maybe let's just take it a little slower." I'm like, "Hey, that works for me." And it was just that fact right there that just made me very happy. Of course, I've been in like a weird mood today, so I think it's just the unreasonable side of my head going, "Oh, she's leaving." No, but it is nice to actually put into play the communication, which is what I've struggled with a lot of other people. Is that maybe not me not knowing how to communicate, but other people, because everyone's different and everyone doesn't know how to communicate in certain ways, and it was perfect. It was just so perfect. Um, it made me incredibly happy. You know, I am still a little worried about her in particular. With the whole pushing away. Um, would this face the front of the road or would this face out back? Kind of feel like it would face the front. Um, but I think because of where we're at and how well we are communicating, I don't think it's going to be a problem. I think, we will both get through it because I genuinely want to be here, um, with her. I think she genuinely wants to have me around in her life, and I don't know, it's just great. In other news, though, besides women's stuff going well, um, my last shift at the Golden Rooster is coming up. Now, been kind of bouncing around through jobs for the last year or so between Northeast Air and Delta and the Golden Rooster. I've now kind of been faced with a challenge, more or less, in my life. The house I live in is where I grew up. I'm actually in my old bedroom. This is my office now. I've moved my office out of the living room, or my computer at least out of the living room, to actually make a living room. Uh, but with that being said, um, my mom has kind of presented me with an issue. Um, she still obviously owns the house, um, and she would like to start moving away from it. She would like to start getting things set up for retirement. She's going to be 55, 56 this next year. Um, I honestly forget off the top of my head. So, she's starting to think about retirement. And, because of her boyfriend, Jeff, who I have expressed I'm not particularly a fan of, but he does well for her. So I'm not gonna sit here and be all angry. He does treat her well, and on most cases, and he has helped her get things turned around and set up for the future. He is a great resource, but that's about it. But regardless, I am sure he's sat there, and I did kind of mention my theory to her, and she confirmed it. But Jeff would like her to start winding down and getting things tightened up for retirement, and the house being one of those, because it's obviously a large expense, and considering I'm not paying rent because of a failed agreement between me and my mom about getting this place cleaned up, um, you know, he would kind of like her to get rid of it, get rid of the house, you know. So obviously, I kind of told mom like in the next 5 or so years, I was looking to finish cleaning up the place, sit down with her, talk about what are we gonna do, get a roommate in here, start paying rent, all that stuff. I'm not waiting on her, but I told her I'm not paying while I'm cleaning because you promised to be here and clean with me, and you haven't. So you didn't hold up your end of the deal. I'm not holding up mine. It is what it is. I don't like it because I feel about it, but anyways, it's a very odd situation. But regardless, so that that's been going on. But she kind of sat me down and said, "Hey, listen, like you need to start paying me, or I gotta sell the house." And I'm like, Mom, I don't really have anywhere to go. And she's like, well, that's not my problem. Either you need to start paying me, or I gotta sell because I can't afford to keep paying for the house, which I know is kind of a lie. It's not that she can't afford the house; it's she doesn't want to afford the house. She doesn't want to pay for the house. She doesn't want to keep paying for it if she's not gonna make money off of it, and it's not benefiting her. So, a little annoyed at that fact, but I'm, you know, been skating by, and now she's starting to. I like that roof. I don't know why. I like that roof. Um, so I didn't really argue the fact, but I kind of sat there and in the evening after we kind of sat down and talked about it, and I went, you know what? I'm obviously not making enough money here at the Rooster, um, waiting tables to go out and get a loan for a house. And even if I was making enough money, um, most of it is just tips. So I can't go to the bank with just tips and say, hey, I want to buy a house. They're gonna look at me and just laugh and whatever. So I need to actually get a job. And then I thought more on it. I'm like, I'm also turning 26 this year. You know, um, and that means as of my birthday, I don't have health insurance. And they can't offer me health insurance here because I don't work enough hours. And also on top of that, I really don't want to work full time here at the restaurant. I really just don't. So I probably should just look at getting an actual job, like a real job that pays well, that I can actually afford stuff with. So yeah, I guess what's a big building? Holy hell! Wow, I like this building. Ooh, I like this building a lot. Ooh, that's nice. Where would I put this though? That's a nice building. I gotta save that. That's a nice building. Oh, that would go so well somewhere over here. We're just gonna put that there for now. Oh, that's so nice. That's nice. Um, hmm. I'll figure something out. That's definitely gotta go in here somewhere. Yeah, yeah, that's definitely gotta go in here. Anyhow, so what was I saying? So yeah, I sat down and I just thought about it. I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta get an actual job. So out of haste, I kind of went ahead and just told the rooster like, hey, by the end of October, plus October's gonna be a busy month for me anyways. I'm gonna be looking at leaving. Um, there's plenty of jobs out there. I can definitely find something. Um, I'm just looking at going out and bettering myself. Some people there have been receptive to that. My owner, not my owner, I hate saying that. I always do say that though. My boss, the owner of the restaurant, he was a little put off by that at first. Um, but he understood. There are other reasons I do want to leave the restaurant. It's to put it nicely, when a place of business closes, I would like it to just be closed. I don't like how my boss invites all his friends to be at the restaurant and they're all eating and drinking for free, and we are expected to just stay. And it's like, I'm sorry, I'm not getting paid for this. They're not tipping because they're getting everything for free. I'm not here to cater to this. My off time has come. The rest of the restaurant is closed. No one new is coming in except all your friends. I would like to go. I would like to go home. But I can't because we are expected to stay and cater to all these people who are eating and drinking for free. And I don't particularly like that. I just don't. I don't think it's fair. To me or to any other girls that work there, I don't think it's fair. Um, so I don't particularly care for that. Uh, I don't care for new management that has come in. I'm not particularly a fan of. Is this a store? Hey, look, a person. Those don't exist. Um, things have just changed since everyone else has left, and it's kind of like also when I came in, I was gonna I'm a bar back and a server. That's what I was hired as. But now I'm a bar back, a server, a busser, a maitre d', a dishwasher, a prepper, kind of everything. The to-go order fulfiller. I answer the phone. I solve issues. I have to. I'm doing everything, which is fine. But if I'm going to be doing all these positions and filling in a lot of roles, and also like all this other stuff, my pay should probably be going up with it. Yes, I'm paid decently well for a restaurant, especially at the time just bar backing. But with doing everything, it's like, yeah, yeah, it's gotten old quick. Especially whereas the tone when I first came there was everyone's like, oh, well, Jaden can do it. And my boss like, no, no, this is, everyone can, you know, you're all still here. Everyone can do it. And now it's like, no, well, Jaden can do it. And it's like, hey, what happened to the old way? What happened to that? why is it now suddenly, oh yeah, he can go do it? I don't particularly care for that. I really don't. Um, so yeah, I just kind of got annoyed. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I think my time here has reached an end. I'm getting a little tired of the ooh, that'll be nice somewhere. I'm getting a little tired of the mentality, the idea of, oh yeah, he'll just do it, and everything's being thrown on my plate instead of actually finding a proper replacement for people that have left. Um, it's just basically that. Um, and on top of that, normally I take tables also through the evening, and I have been doing so for a while. That's just kind of thing. Again, I was hired as a server, but now the girls have started to complain because I'm taking tables, and that's taking their tips away, which is kind of funny that they complain because, well, they're the ones that didn't want to take them in the first place, or they told me I could take them because they didn't want them. So okay, I'll take them. It's fine by me. I'll make money. That's always the way I've looked at it. Is all right, fine. You don't want to take the tables? I'll take them because that's money for me. Sorry, I'm just trying to see like what buildings fit best through here. So it's kind of a plopping things down and seeing what works the best. Because I gotta get around this corner, and yeah, I don't know how to exactly do that. Anyhow, so since the new manager came in, she goes, "No, you can't be taking tables. You're paid this. The girls need to make that." It was something to along the lines about the tips are for them, and so on and so forth. And if I'm not going to get too much into it because a little bit was exchanged. Um, but essentially, the tips are for the girls. If you get something, you really should be considering them more because you're making more. And it's like, if they don't want the damn table, then they're not going to get the damn money. I'm not going to do the work so they can have the money. I'm not. It's not what I'm here for. If they want the money, they come take the table. If they don't want the table, fine. I'm perfectly okay with that. If they don't want to take the table, they don't have to. No one says they had to. But they're not going to get the money. That's how it works. If you want financial compensation, you go do the work. Otherwise, shut your pie hole. So to be sit there and basically told, if you do, be sure to consider the girls. It's like, are you telling me to tip them out for taking and bussing their tables? Because I'm pretty sure that's not how that works. Just saying. But what do I know? What do I know? I'm just me. I don't know a lot. Um, but anyhow. Oh, hold on one second. Um, Sorry, Emily had a bad day at work, and yeah. Anyhow, so there was just a few other things. Like there is someone who works there that is high on the consideration list for when things get changed or whatnot. Um, I always figured she was a manager because of how much say she has around there and whatnot. Um, One Thursday, I think it was actually a few weeks ago, um, I had 5 days off. Skip, the bartender I bar back for normally, was going to be gone. So that Thursday, this employee told me that she didn't need me. So I said, okay. So there was already 3 or 4 girls on the floor. So I didn't come into work because they didn't need me. All right. You know, she's done that before. And again, I figured she's a manager. So I pop in that night because I was with Emily, and I said, "Well, let's stop into the Rooster real quick. Let's get some food." And it was busy, partly because the boss's brother, who also owns the business, brought in a ton of their friends and were eating and drinking for free. And they were being, and when he comes in, he gets rather demanding and bitchy and stuff like that, and he wants service now. So the girls were slammed. But I've been slammed before on the floor. There was a Thursday the girls had senior assembly. I was the only one there. I was the only one there. I had coworkers pass through. Do you think anyone stopped to help me? No. Did I make a lot of money? Absolutely. I made like $600 in a night. So, yeah, didn't really cross my mind to maybe I should go out there and help my coworkers. But they're busy. That's just how it works. It's summertime. So I went home, and plus, I'm Emily's ride. I'm not going to make her sit here while I have to go out on the floor and be stuck here till all hours of the night. That's no. She doesn't. We have places to be. So next week I come into work and I told him boss my hours and he's paying me. He goes, "Hey, by the way, where were you Thursday?" It's like, Marissa didn't need me. He goes, "Well, why? So you just someone tells you they don't need you and you don't show up?" I go, "Yeah, that's kind of how that works." So what if one of the girls on the floor said they didn't need you, you wouldn't show up? I go, "No." So why are you listening to Marissa? Um, because she's Marissa? Because she's a manager? She's not a manager. Why would you think that? I'm like, because you treat her like one? And she has a lot of say around here. So yeah, I kind of assumed that she's a manager. No, if there's anything relating to schedule, it's only, Crystal or me. It's like, okay, so when Skip tells me that I need to come and work with him because he picked up a day, do I have to clear through someone first? No, well, Skipper. Okay, so there's loopholes here. He's like, well, the girls got very slammed on the floor and they said you were here and you just left. I'm like, yeah, because I'm not working. He's like, well, they could have used your help. Wendy, the owner's brother's wife, or I guess his sister-in-law, um, she had to come on the floor and other people had to come on the floor. I said, okay, I'm going to put it to you this way. I told him the senior assembly story. I said, not one person helped. And there were people who work here that came in that night, ate, and went home. No one helped. I was alone. Well, you could handle it. You worked at the airlines. No. No, 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 no. Yes, but no. If we're going to sit here and say that people should have jumped in and helped out, then how come no one jumped in and helped out me? The excuse of, Um, Again, sorry for the pause. Just texting a girl. She's like, if I not wasn't seeing my brother today, I would just come down to soccer to see you. I'm like, yeah, that would be nice. I was kind of hoping to see you today because originally I was supposed to, but she told me she had her brother had asked to hang out with her after the fact. I'm like, no, please go see him. Like, I know she puts a high value on seeing family, and she doesn't get to do that often because everyone's busy. Like, I'm gonna be here. I'm not going anywhere. I don't plan on going anywhere. But if you have time later, and so on and so forth. But again, there was a lot of back and forth about the matter of me not being there, and it's kind of like there is no clear definition of who's in charge. I mean, there is more now, but it was at the point where it's like, okay, like I'm just thoroughly annoyed. Um, like yeah, there's more definition of who's in charge now, but it was just to the point where it's like, yeah, I'm good. There's other things too, like the Rooster has a reputation around town of being a certain way. Now, I don't like getting into politics as much as I get into politics here on this channel. Um, I don't like getting down into the very straightforward, blunt politics like Trump this, Biden that, da 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 da. But the Rooster is definitely known for being a Trump haven, and ever since the addition of the bar, um, it has actually become enough to the point where people don't want to bring their children in there. They don't want to bring their families in there to have supper because not only about the political just I don't want to say blatantness. What's the word I'm looking for? The one-sided, because you can't have the other opinion at the bar. Otherwise, you're just a libtard. Like, don't get me wrong. Does both sides suck? Absolutely. Both sides suck ass. But you should be able to live in the United States and have a different political opinion than somebody else and them not start throwing rocks at you. That's what makes America great, is the ability to have differing political opinions. Now, it goes for both sides because both sides do get very angry with each other about it and become very just meh over differing opinions, which is wrong on all accounts. If you need to be able to have that differing opinion and be respectful about it. I love having conversations with my friends about politics uh, and being able to sit down and be respectful about it because that's what it should be. But point being is you can't do that at the Rooster. You know, you just can't. And people want to start talking politics. Like one night, the owner, his brother George, looked at the bartender Marissa and basically told, because of the whole vaccine thing, and basically told her, oh, you're a bad parent. You just made your daughter infertile. Who's, he's talking about her 13-year-old daughter. Oh, you just messed her whole life up because now you made her infertile and she'll never be able to have babies and you fucked her up because of the vaccine. And it's just like, whoa, 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 whoa. You can't say that to your employees. You just can't. I'm pretty sure that violates something somewhere. It's like you can't sit there and say that. You just can't. So, but also we only have 7 seats at the bar. And the fact that people come in there, a lot of the owner's friends, but it's not a very big restaurant. But when you're sitting there screaming, "Fuck, fuck, fuck this, fuck," bad, just swearing up a storm at the bar, and we have people in there, families and children and stuff like that, and old ladies. You need to be a little respectful. And it's bad enough to the point where, because they're the owner's friends and because they're regulars, you can't tell them to be quiet. That's just how I am. If people don't like it, they can deal with it. And it's like, no, no. You need to be quiet, sir. Like, you need to shut up. If you can't talk in a certain way, you need to go. And if you continue to talk that way, you're not going to be welcome back. But we can't do that because the owner doesn't allow us to speak up against customers, particularly as regulars, which has also come into issue a couple of times. The bartender has been hit before by a regular because the regular didn't like something about the bartender. Um, Bartender was completely in the right. I was there that evening. Guy was flirting with a girl who was clearly uninterested, had said no multiple times. Or the guy had gone up to Lee or go to the bathroom. Skip, knowing this woman, also like 30 or 40 years his junior, just sat down real quick, just came over to her, just said hi. He hadn't been able to talk to her all evening. Wasn't saying anything sexual to her. Didn't ask if she was okay. He knew she was. She can stand up for herself. And hey Toby. Oh, it's a cat. Here, I'm gonna take a picture of you real quick. Ah, I wish you all could experience Toby at least once or twice. Anyhow, you know, just came over to say hello. Guy comes out of the bathroom, sees Skip there, just starts going off on him and stuff like that, and I guess more or less taking his insecurities out on him. But ended up punching him right in the side of the ribs. Pretty hard, too. And this was right after Skip had caught COVID, and he was pretty sore. He's an older gentleman. It beat him up pretty bad. I am so sorry we are just sitting here going through buildings, by the way. I'm trying to get this street finished up so we can move on, because this is taking forever. Like, I'm already an hour in, and we've not even finished this street. So, um, ooh. Anyhow, so came over and just wailed on him in the side, and it's like, whoa, buddy, like, you can't, hi, Toby, you can't do that. And Skip was threatening to press charges. He was venting to the owner, and Chris just told him he will have none of that. He will have none of that. If that's what Skip wants to do, then he can take it somewhere else, but he will not have that. He goes, this guy brings in good business and stuff like that, and if we do this, then we're gonna lose it. And it's like, so what? This guy doesn't bring in people to eat here. Like, he does come in just about every night. Which, hey, I like the guy. Skip and this guy have moved on, because what else are you going to do? Um, you're a cat. They've gotten over it. Skip's a little kind of put off by it still, but it is what it is. I still think it's fucked, but I moved on. I talk to this guy still just because, like, what else am I going to do? I work there. And I don't want to get hit for alienating this guy. But anyhow, but it was at that particular moment, I'm like, so we don't get backed up here. If something happens to us, we don't get backed up. We can be hit, we can have stuff thrown at us, people can just come and swear at us all they want, and we get no backup from our boss. He would rather prioritize profit over the safety and the well-being of his employees, and it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. And to me that's wrong. To me that is very wrong. Toby, you're a cat. Um, you know, yeah, we're a small business and stuff. We're just a family-owned restaurant, but you can't do that. I mean, he's gonna, but you can't do that. There needs to be some safety, especially when we are serving alcohol and when we are dealing with the public in such a way. There needs to be um, some level of, like, hey, we're protected if anything happens. Like, we're safe. What is there an obelisk? We're safe if anything happens and stuff, but we're not. We're not safe. We're not protected. If anything happens to us, like, we gotta deal with it. And it came out to, like, oh, well, Skip's just a baby and stuff like that. It's like, no, he's not. He's not a baby. I mean, he does get a little offended quickly. He's just a cranky old man, is what I chalked it up to. He does get on my nerves, but I love Skip. He's a good guy. He gave me a chance, and I will forever appreciate that. As much as he can get on my nerves, and as much as I get pissed off at the guy, I will forever and always appreciate the chance he gave me. Yeah, Chris kind of gave me a chance too, because it's his business, but if it wasn't for Skip, you know, voicing, hey, we should get this guy on here, it wouldn't, I wouldn't have gotten the chance. And like I said, I am happy to have this opportunity, but with the things that I don't particularly care for and like, I think it's time to go. Before I get to the point where I'm absolutely 100% just entirely sick of the place. Um, I think it's just time to go before it's before enough is enough. Before I say something out my ass, because I know I have that possibility to. Um, Especially when I get very burnt out on something, and people start continually frustrating me and stuff. But once that joy is gone, and once it's just kind of it just becomes a job, you kind of have to sit there and look like, all right, what is this job benefiting me in some way? It's like, yeah, I'm making decent money. That's all right, but I don't have any benefits. I can't support this house. before too long. So and that was that. Now, probably long awaited of, well, so what are you gonna go do? Well, I still have to go through the interview. Um, they are looking to hire on the spot, though. I have some family and good friends that work over at Pratt and Whitney in Berwick, Maine, building jet engine components. That's where I'm looking to go, is to Pratt and Whitney. I already showed up to the Freiburg Fair the other day, um, to go to their little job fair they had there, and was told, hey, we're not hiring on the spot here, but we are getting the word out that we are um, hiring on the spot October 18th, um, at at the facility, at the warehouse. Just bring your resume and, you know, whatever, and come ready to be asked questions. Basically, just get ready, and also, like, I kind of find it funny, the arrows in the bus, like, nope, maybe, almost there, uh-huh. I liked that. Just be prepared to be offered a job. What are you looking for, and what do you want to do? And it's like, I will do anything. Like, I don't particularly care. And he goes, okay, well, here's a booklet. Look through it and see what job position might interest you. If if you find out that maybe you don't like that position, we can move you around. We are hiring for everything. It's like, oh, okay. So it's looking good, and I'm not trying to put all my eggs in one basket, but I think with the connections I have and the fact that I went up there after I heard that they were going to be up there and at the Freiburg Fair, and I'm gonna be early to the job fair. I'm at their facility. I'm gonna be early. I'm gonna treat this just like I did Southwest. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna be right on time. I don't really, I can't say I really want to work in a manufacturing job, but at the same point, the pay is phenomenal, and it's around jets. It's doing something. It's working around something that I love. It would be nice to learn a new skill. I'm worried how much math is going to be involved with some of these positions, because I'm not particularly good at math. Um, Maths is usually one of my poorer subjects. I mean, I can do basic addition, I can do basic multiplication. Division's a little hard for me. Toby, why? No, get up here. Oh, torpedoes. No, my nose. Hello. But knowing how these jobs work nowadays, it's very much, it seems very automated. Um, it seems like a lot of the machines do the work for you, so it's probably a lot of feeding the machines the materials that needed, and or product assurance and stuff like that. Just a lot of different things. Um, but again, I'm eager to try anything. I'll try anything once. And yeah, if I don't like it, then we'll find something else. And in worst case scenario, I don't like that job, and so on and so forth, and I'll move on to something else. But this is a good start. This is a good start to get my foot in the door, to maybe learn a new trade. And hey, if I can learn something here, I can take that anywhere else. I can take that to a lot of places. Um, to actually have like a trade, a skill, would be so nice. Because, like, yeah, I still want to fly jets. I absolutely 100% want to fly jets. A cinema. I'll keep that off to the side. I want that around here. Oh, Joey. What is this? Oh, that's the. It's an interesting little church. I think it fits well. I think we'll keep it. Put like a little tree in there to kind of hide that. Back there, I'm not particularly a fan of. Maybe we can just curve it a little bit. There we go. That's not bad. And then I'll just have to add the little bit of sidewalk here to kind of make up for it. But no, it'd be so cool to know a skill. It'd be great actually, because it would just help going forward. Because I've always thought about what if I don't want to go to the airlines? What if I don't want to fly planes? What if I just decide, hey, I want to be a private pilot? At least get my private pilot's license and see how that goes. But what happens if I decide one day that I don't want to be a commercial airline pilot? I just like flying by myself. Being just a regular old general aviation pilot. What am I going to do then? I'm uneducated. I don't have a college degree. I don't plan on holding a college degree. That looks so much better now. That looks great. That looks worlds better having these buildings here. And how long did that take me? An hour. Oh my lord. Okay. So I've successfully killed an hour. Um, this area is basically just going to be trees as we kind of get out, because this is the highway. Like, this building will probably stay here. I'll probably maybe put something bigger on the corner. I've been debating this building. I've been debating taking it out. But that is for a different moment. Let me take this cinema real quick. Kind of want to put that somewhere over here-ish. And I want buildings next to it. I don't want it to kind of be exposed like it is. And honestly, it might be worth replacing that building and then putting the cinema in here. Right behind the fire station. Move this. Yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of this. Like, yeah, I think getting rid of it will be nice. Just kind of opens that area up a little bit. Doesn't make it so imposing. Kind of also narrows up this area behind the fire department. Be some like parking here for like additional fire apparatus and stuff, but I think that'll be much better. So might have to just break real quick, make a restroom trip. This is an ATM. Oh, guess we're gonna go look at it up close. Yeah, it's an ATM. Huh. Nice. What do I want to add on the side here? Let's see. What was that? Come back here. Ooh, actually, there's a door right here, so I need to keep that kind of open, make an alleyway. There's this pathway here, which would be nice. Can have a little footpath. buildings on both sides. Could probably do something there with a corner building. Um, I'm going to get rid of this little building here. We're going to put just more buildings that look alike, or at least fit the theme. I need a corner. Hmm. Such a weird angle, though. I could use that over in Castine. I mean, a lot of these are actually these are all French buildings, um, so that would be nice. They do fit the theme well of what I'm going for. Ooh, very nice. What was that other one? Ooh, very nice. Will come in. Well, actually, this will come in handy for like a mid platform. All right, I need a corner building. Do we have a corner? We do. And it goes all the way down. Nice. Get it lined up though. I think I'm gonna have Chinese tonight. Chinese sounds pretty good right now. Completely random thought I just had, but my stomach is doing a little bit of a rumble, which means I'm gonna have to eat sooner rather than later. If I get like one more corner building here. Nord Eclair. Let's see. What do they do? Nord Eclair. Nord Eclair. Regional newspaper. Oh. Maybe we'll get rid of it. It's a nice building, though. But we'll get rid of it. I think it's just a house. Yeah, it's a house. Nice house, though. I like that. I could probably go up on the hill, which I need to work on that soon. I'd like to get that area of foliage today and finished up because I've been sitting on that also for too long. Let me just scroll down the bottom of this list. Let's see. I'd like it to be a little taller. Ooh, what was that? There we go. Not sure what they do here, but it'll work. Oh, another complaint. I wish it was more squared off on the corner. If I can't find something, I'll put it. If I can find something, I'll put it over there. Ooh, come back. Where are you? A mill? Ooh, a mill. That has to go over here. It's like the textile area. Oh, it has to go over here, please. Oh, where is it gonna go? Somewhere. I'll find a spot. Could even end up over there. Or maybe it could end up like over here-ish somewhere. Ouch. Good stretch though. This is the difficult part. Is like I'm looking for a specific building, and I can't find what I'm looking for. No, that was a mill as well. I mean, sir, weren't those big brick buildings there, but now they're apartments and such. Alright, we'll go back to the top of the list. Hmm. Just saw one. Where'd it go? I had to use that over somewhere I know. A lot of these buildings, the author Flo Marie has kind of poured it in, or has done. So these are all kind of just repeats. Ooh, it's a cafe. I would like that over here. So we're going to put that in right in the alleyway. Alright, so we're going to move that over, bring this over here. Now it's getting confusing. What are you? A building. Cool. What are you? What do you do? It's a post office. That's fine. I guess we can make it blend in. Alright, so we can add some more buildings through here. So now we can go ahead and put some of these buildings in. Maybe not you in particular. You might be a little too tall. Words you never thought you'd hear me say. Only a select few might get the reference. Ooh, wait, oh, what are you? Hello. I like you. I don't really know what you do. It's an interesting looking building. That definitely has to go somewhere. It's like a corner building. There it is. What are you? Oh, and it's squared. I like that. Yeah, it's gonna go in. Okay. Oh, it's a Toby. Hello, sir. Why are you meowing at me? Actually, I think his food bowl was getting a little low. Maybe I'll make a restaurant trip and go fill his food dish. I will be right back. Let's make it stormy real quick. I'm coming. Hold on. We'll turn up some sound for you guys, because why not? I'll be right back. Yes, Toby, I'm coming. Alrighty. Huh, most of those buildings kind of have a night mode. What is making that sound? That is annoying. Wonder what the snow sounds like. Very nice. Anyways. That mountain blocks out a little bit. Alright, let me turn the sounds off because I'm sick of listening to that. I'll have to get some actual like city sounds in here on a later day. Alright, let's see. Chat, no one's here. Actually, someone left just right as I came back, it looks like. Alright. So, we need another building in here real quick. Ooh, nice buildings. Ooh, what do you do? It's a big building. It is nice, yes. Does building things, okay. The little cafe is just dwarfed. Maybe something just a touch smaller. Oh, I could use this one. That's not smaller. Got a big roof. I like that. Very interesting design. Okay. So I'll put that here. Put that there. It is so difficult finding buildings. God. Anyways, I was just checking something. Um, no, so I think for the first time in a long time, in a very long time, things are looking up for me in a lot of ways. And this was before Emily kind of entered the picture. I was starting to feel better. Was feeling like I got things where I need them to be. It was just I was starting to feel good. And of course, then she re-entered the picture, and now it's just like things I think are back to where they should be, and I'm feeling very confident that things are going to continue to go well in some capacity, long as I can keep doing the work I need to be doing, as long as I can stay on the straight and narrow, as long as I can, um, keep myself accountable, and just keep remembering that sometimes when things don't go right or it doesn't go exactly my way, it doesn't mean the end of the world. It doesn't mean things are going to just suddenly blow up. It doesn't mean people are leaving. It doesn't mean anything. Sometimes it just means today was a bad day, and that's about all we can chalk it up to. Um, so you just kind of have to remember that. But, you know, I don't know. I'm just, the only way I can really express it is just, I'm happy. And I didn't think that was going to be something that happened for a long, long time. I didn't think I was going to be happy again for a long, long time. And as I choke on air, oh, there goes my happiness. Um, I didn't think I was going to be able to get myself back going again for a very long time. And the fact that it's more or less happened, and not only that, like, yeah, I had friends that helped me. They kind of helped me get my stuff back on track, but a lot of it was my own work. Countless nights just laying here trying to figure out how do I get this, how do I get my mind back on track? How do I fix this? And through perseverance and continuing, I did it. You know, it just happened. So that's the only way I can really describe it. It just all fell into place. So it's just good, and I'm nervous about the future. I'm nervous about owning a home. Because the nice part is I've always just kind of fell back on that notion of like, oh, if something goes majorly wrong, I can always just go to my mom and be like, hey, mom, your house broke. Sorry. But now it's going to be like, hi, mom, I broke the house. And that's it, you know. And she'd go, that sucks. Good luck with it. And it's be like, thanks. So, it's gonna be interesting. But like I said, very much so. I am nervous. I am very, very, very nervous about what the future has in store. Just because, I think it's more the idea of like I'm turning into an adult. Slowly but surely, I am transitioning into an adult, and that in itself, to me, is scary. And that's also another thought I had was like, I'm not getting any younger. I'm definitely continuing to get older, and I'm not old. I'm 26. And I just love people who sit there and go, "Oh, you're just a baby." It's like, okay, yeah, to you, but to me, like, I'm getting old. Like, obviously, I've never been this old before. um, and like the realization is setting in of like, oh wow, like I am now over halfway to 30. do I panic now or later? Like, when do I panic because I am over halfway to 30? Everyone goes, oh, that's nothing. Try being 40. It's like, no, I don't want to be 40. Fuck that. I don't want to be 40. No one wants to be 40. That means you're almost 50. That means you're halfway to being dead. Like, no. I'm all set. Thanks, though. I need to clean his litter box. Crap. Um, there we go. Put like a building in here and... Oh yeah, what was this building? Oh yeah, that building. That'll go somewhere over here. That's just too nice of a building not to have. But like, yeah, no, it's like... It's starting to get scary. It's like, whoa. Like... Whoa. It's, yeah, it's setting in. It's like, okay, my sister is 30. She's gonna be 31. Okay. My brother's gonna be 18. Both my parents are past 50 and pushing on towards 60. Um, like it's getting. Now my cat's yelling. He takes a poop and he yells. Why are you yelling? Yeah, I'm at talking to you. Yep, you. Mm-hmm, you. I like this building more. I don't know why, I just like this building. Although, with the hill... If I move this... I mean, kind of weird now, but... Yeah, maybe I'll keep it for something. I definitely want that around. Put it over here. Ooh, I like the Samsung sign. What if I were to put that in the corner over here? No, I feel like it should have been over here. That definitely needs to be somewhere where they can see it. How's the corner over here? Tight, okay. Like, it would have been nice if it could have faced down the highway. Oh, I want that. Nah, it's just, it's the realization that, yeah, I'm getting older. And one day I'm going to turn around and I'm going to be, yeah, I'll be 30. It's like, yeah, things are getting weird now. They are officially getting weird. And I don't know what I thought being in my mid 20s was going to be. Definitely didn't think the world was going to end. Um, None of us did. I would say my mid 20s are weird. Very, very weird. But I don't know. I guess like everyone else, it's kind of that idea of like, what should I be doing right now? Like, what am I doing right now? Like, should I be like out living like there's no tomorrow? Should I just keep doing what I'm doing and do nothing? Or, you know, that is a weird building. That is strange. I tell you, if you want to buy a bra in this town, you are set. Because like, I don't know how many bra shops there are in this damn town, but there's quite a few. How long is it taking me to do this corner? A little under a half hour, only because I had to take a quick break real quick. Yeah, I don't know how much longer I'm going to go, because I'm definitely getting to that point where it's like, I need to eat. I kind of like to eat and then go play NASCAR, because I just finished did Phoenix, and then I did Vegas. My little NASCAR. Ooh, little Japanese restaurant. Will that fit is the question. No, it will not is the answer. Get rid of the bra shop. What happens? It's a hotel. Type that in real quick. Hotel. Hotel. what the night mode looks like. I'm sure there is one. Ooh. Okay. Not a lot of lights, which I like. I don't want like the whole building to be lit. Wish that hotel sign was just a little bigger. Creates a nice little pedestrian alleyway. Oh, ow. Yeah, this is looking nice. I like it. It's like a house, or like what is this? I guess it is. So maybe not want to put it on that corner. You. What do you do? Oh, that's something actually that's supposed to be here. Just got the donks. Probably should extend the lines out more here. Make this the official end of the B6. Yes, I know, stomach. I will feed you shortly. Actually, let me grab one of these and slap it over. Because this is what's gonna kind of make it look like it's a smooth transition a little bit. Be a little wonky, but it'll work for now. Yeah, stomach, I know. Alright, we'll do this. I'll do that. Yeah, it doesn't really work still. Oh well, it's a quote-unquote speed bump. A spit bump. Alright, speed limit going this way is going to have to come down. So we'll go Kaldvann. We'll bring it down to 60 from here. jumps down to 60 as they approach the end of the highway, and of course people will still be speeding as they come through, naturally, but at least get them to slow down. And I suppose we'll keep the yellow median barrier. As the beautiful. Extend the sidewalk, even though it's going to end. It is such an odd way to end the highway, but unfortunately, there's not a lot of other ways I can figure out how to end this, so that's gonna be what we're gonna do at this point. So just gonna be how it works, and that's about all we can say here at this point. I mean, in all reality, a B road is basically just a glorified avenue. In this case, just more of an urban expressway. I do love this little construction zone for no freaking reason. Other than the fact that it's just here. I don't know. I just like it. It's cool how the highway just gets rerouted. And it's nice now that they know that this way can properly interchange with it all. Although I guess I probably should drag out these lines as well before I forget again, as I keep saying. Oh, that's not what I wanted. gonna be a weird little just kind of jog. But I always do that, I guess. I always do that, I guess. Hello there again. I might be able to play. Oh, 6 terabyte, not bad. I mean, 22 seems nice. I don't have 22, personally. I know there are better features in 22 in terms of Surveyor Editor. Um, but realistically, I even think with the way the game works, it's pretty much just 19. Um, I would poke your head around on maybe the Approach Medium server. Maybe just ask some people their thoughts about 19 or 22, because I personally don't have 22. I didn't see the need to upgrade again. Um, Partly because like we're all still working on Frost Advisory. Oh jeez. No, must be that time of year. Partly because we don't even have everyone on the project up to 19 yet, so I don't want to upgrade to 22. But like I said, 22 seems nice. I like the Surveyor Editor. It's different. It's very very different. So just be prepared for a slight learning curve. Essentially two bad features. Super. Stop using Tane for the time being. Though I hit a roadblock, you could say trying to find good track plans for sawmills. Like the track charts might do not. I'll have transferred to SG. Yeah, like I would say honestly, like Tane's not bad. Things get better with 19, especially with the lighting. Like I've just been so in love with the lighting. Um, like when the sun actually goes down behind the hill, like if we look off this way, you can still see its light, but oh shit, I gotta get rid of that light. But as like the sun gets further, just darkness. So, like lighting actually is different, and the shadows, how they work, is much to actually go back to here. Find that light. Let me see. Come here. I gotta delete you. There we go. But I know with 22 how the surveyor works is like, so there's something about it, like you can. I think Joe, he did a video on it, but I think like you can place a signal down and actually you're able to move the signal over. Like you're able to do whatever you want with the signal, and yet it's still connected to this track. So there's more manipulation of the assets and more control over the assets than we have. Whereas, if the asset doesn't have something, you're not gonna get it. The copy and pasting is better. The Surveyor in 22 is much better. Also, when I have the new HDD, I'll be able to get back to making dems. So if you want to have a dem to do routes, or I can do that again. The only thing I would say is with the dem, if you could somehow grab me this coast right here, because this coast kind of got locked, because like it goes right over to here. I just need that. And then I'm trying to decide if I want to actually lob off more of Iceland to slap over here to add more mountains into this area, because otherwise I'm going to be doing these by hand. Undecided yet, but as for Dems, I'm pretty keen on the moment. I really shouldn't be starting a new project. Oh, here comes Toby. Hi, Toby. Where'd you go? Oh, it's a cat. No nose. No. Quit being a man. Yeah, I just know that 22, like, they actually did make some improvements to the game in terms of, like, the Surveyor. And I know, like, asset-wise, I believe everything's still compatible, so you can download something that's 19 and for 22 and 22 for 19, because I don't believe the game is too different. Oh, shit. Everything's loading again. But again, I haven't even looked into 22 because I don't have any notion to buy 22 for a while. I might skip the version, um, just because, well, I'm fine with this, and then by the time I think... I'm just waiting on Sean with the Karabasic project to... Oh, wait, what's the author? There we go. There we go. I'm waiting on Sean to buy or be able to install 19, and I'm not entirely sure why he hasn't yet. I think it's something to do with he needs an external or something, but... because he installed everything else. Which actually means Sean has not route built on the Carabas in quite some time. Which is fine. We have other people doing it, so it allows him to focus on other things. somewhere over here. Let's check the chat. Oops, sorry. Weather facts or not? I think I can get part of the coastline unless there's another way for me to get those indemns. Yeah, I need to get started on Eastern Valley Railroads, like Class 1 to connect to my other Class 2 short line, Grand Central and Echo Valley. Connect to them at logging and Rocky River Timber Lines. Figure out logos and get the app. Yeah, no, if there was some way to figure out how to get that, that'd be great. If not, I can just fudge it in on my own. It's no big deal, but it would help out if you could, because that was like the only thing where I'm like, I was like 3 more tiles that way or whatever, like a small sliver. Um, but yeah, otherwise, no, I'm just gonna relegate myself to hand doing mountains. I could do it. It's just gonna be making them blend is the question. Nope, wrong area. Wrong area again. I'll keep this somewhere. I don't know. London, no. Hmm. Probably do texture work back here and getting this area filled up along the tracks. This, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. I don't know if I want buildings along this side. I might just put that as forest just because you're coming off the highway. I don't know if anyone's gonna really want to be here. So that might end up as just woods. So I'll go ahead and start putting in some textures. Let me see where the woods are. fix the asphalt here in a minute. If I'm able to, you'll have to go and trim the baseboards around so lines up fits. Normally, do that sort of thing. But yeah, woods and some plain fields like grass. Lands would be a good filler. Yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna do. Is just put like some woods right here up against that, and make some sort of greenery here in the middle of the chaos. Really need to change the asphalt texture through here. I'll probably have to do that next. I think before I move on, what I want to do is texture the asphalt and put down like scenic road markings. Put down stuff that you'd find alongside the road, like signs and fire hydrants and stuff, and whatever. Before I move on, I think what I'm also going to do here is I'm going to put down the spline ballast since it's on such a weird angle. Streetlights, where are they? Alright, get some streetlights in here. That's something that is really missing in the city that I always point out but never decide to fix. Is that we don't have a lot of streetlights in this city. Like, we are missing a ton. Like, I think there's like maybe a few roads that actually have streetlights on them. that needs to change because, well, I need there to be lights. So at some point I'm going to have to start going through and actually sitting down and doing that. When is completely a question I have no answer to. Right, I'm probably going to go a little bit longer and start wrapping up so I can go order some food. Also, I'm just entirely eyeballing this, so about how far they need to be spaced and where they're at and all that other stuff, so most areas I'd go through and do a proper measurement, but I'm not feeling it today. Yeah, visually that'll be fine. Woods, yeah, okay. Reading the same comment from last time. Right. I think I'll put some just light lamp posts around here. Let me go over to Kriegushaven. This area came out really nice, or is still coming out nice, but it looks good. Need to finish that roundabout. There. This area will be properly lit. See, I wish these lampposts had the orange hue versus um, versus the white, but whatever. This works. I like it. All right, let's keep moving on. I need a traffic light here. I think I can fit 2 lanes, maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna need to get a dedicated turn lane or at least a time segment for that, because otherwise cars ain't turning left with all the traffic there. So I guess we'll have to slip in a second lane. Quite a bit ways back. Does the cinema have a night mode? I didn't check that. Please do. Hey, oh. It's a little bright. So I'm going to say they have a great electric bill and they make a lot of money. my, my reaction to that night mode. People ask for better, more realistic lighting, and then we get that instead. Yeah, that's more or less down to the author of the asset, but you know, it is what it is. Arrow, we're gonna go through. we got those. Yeah, we'll give the dedicated turn lane, and I will give them a time segment so they're allowed to turn. At least this is a T intersection, because originally I was going to take this side street over here and drag it all the way through. This would have been worse if it was a four-way. So I think having the three-lane intersection works out, or a three-way intersection works out well. Which, speaking of, let me grab some traffic lights. Which I don't know if I'm going to allow left turns here. I don't know. Maybe make them come to the light and go around. A thought. Alright, I gotta fix the textures here real quick as well. Be nice if I could get another lane in here, but just ain't in the cards. Debating doing a double light just so they know when they can turn right on red, because this is going to be a no right turn on red. Ooh. Yeah, I'm thinking no left turns here. Just keep traffic moving. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe during certain hours. Yeah, you know, like rush hour. Area's starting to tie together nice. Starting to get some greenery in the city. That's good. I should probably save again. Rush hour, so what do you mean? Karen's all over the place, sadly. Yeah, it's. Just don't want traffic to back up with left turns. Not that I think there would be a lot of left turns. Well, I don't know. I don't know. It is hard to say because cars coming off of the highway over here. Well, I don't know. I don't know how that'd work because I was thinking, oh man, if they want to go over to, oh yeah, Singsaker and into Trondheim, they'd be turning left there to backtrack and go over the hill. But I forgot we're giving them an on and off ramp, so they'll be able to go this way and exit, which is going to put a lot of congestion on this road right here. I wonder if it would make sense to have like a traffic light here, or because it'd be better if we had like an on and off ramp like this, but the road's so close that we're stuck with that. Because the problem that I'm seeing here is that I don't know, during the morning rush if you're gonna have a lot of cars going that way. You're definitely gonna have a lot of cars that are gonna be switching lanes because cars heading from Rosenborg are gonna be going toward the mall, or at least toward Marienburg. So they're gonna be switching lanes here, and there's not a lot of room to be switching lanes. And you're gonna have a lot of cars coming off the B6, which are gonna be getting into the right lane, which the right lane is dedicated, which just ends. It just turns into the off ramp. And there isn't a lot of off ramp before you hit what would be a giveaway sign or a stop sign. So what I'm seeing here is that you're going to have a lot of cars queuing as cars are going back and forth here. So would it make sense to have, how do I explain this? So like, let me put it to you this way. So we go here to giveaway signs. So let me just plop them all in for you. Need to redo that. That's not the sign that we're going to be using, but that's just the sign I have for now. So basically what we have here is you have your priority signs. You have this road is there. You have the priority road, and the next intersection you no longer have priority. The giveaway, and of course you'd have a stop sign. But between these signs here, I believe it's what is this? I think this one is traffic. Hold on, I gotta look it up. Give way for oncoming traffic. So that one is give way for oncoming traffic. You have priority over oncoming traffic, and then that's a priority road ahead, or priority intersection ahead. Now, what I'm thinking here is that normally this would be a yield sign or a giveaway sign of some kind, give way to traffic, and so on and so forth. But would it make sense during rush hour to switch it to where instead of this being the priority road, this way would have priority over the other cars? But the only issue with that is you have cars coming around here and into a more or less blind intersection, especially with the trees that are going to be here, not being able to see. So to me, it sounds like we're probably going to need a traffic light, unfortunately. See, it'd be cool if you could set it up to where the traffic light works during certain times of the day. Uh, I wouldn't be able to simulate that, unfortunately. But it'd be cool if, like, during peak times, like, let's just say 7 to 10 a.m., the traffic light's on, and then 3:30 to 6, the traffic light's on again. And then after 6 p.m., it just goes to a flashing state. The traffic light just starts to go and flash. It'd be kind of cool. That's the only way I'm thinking about these signs is like, how do I appropriately prioritize this intersection? And we could say that the traffic light does that. I won't be able to set it up that way just because there is no feasible way to do that in trains. There's no way for, unless I were to code, but I don't know how that would work um, in all reality. So unfortunately, um, let me see. What traffic lights do we have here? Yellow. Unfortunately, there's no way to actually set that up, so it's just an idea. Wrong button. No, yep. Oh, yep. No, now it wants to change. All right. So let me get down to here again, and we're gonna go ahead and grab the giveaway signs. We're gonna slap them in here. Which will indicate that when the traffic lights are off, this is your set priority. There. There is that. So, her. I mean, they have the right of way over this road, but give way, obviously, to the oncoming traffic. So that will be that. Now, I think, unfortunately, I got sidetracked again, but I've gone long enough. I really need to go eat. So I think we're going to end it here. Um, not a lot of work. I always feel like I do a lot more than actually I did. I mean, I've been going for 3 hours now, and I mean, I got this area looking better. It's just not quite done. So, but like I said, I need to eat, otherwise I'm gonna pass out. So, anyways, I do appreciate you all for watching. Um, do consider hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. I think we're at 600 or 601, so I'm pretty happy about that. Pretty decent milestone for myself. About morning. It's all dark, so we'll go night. Yeah, that's nice. Anyways, so I appreciate you guys for watching. So, like I said, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and yeah, I will catch y'all on the next one. So take it easy.